What are we doing? Let's dive into the next deck, shall we? Esper, Reanimator, Control. Yeah, it's a cop-out not involved in the system. Agree, Ewok. Anywho, so this deck is a deck that we had originally worked on when Field of the Dead was still legal. So 2 Eldraine standards ago, we started with this idea. And the idea was you were playing a control deck that used Agent of Treachery to go over the top and steal your stuff, which is good in mid-range mirrors, and it was also reasonable against Field of the Dead. And then, in addition to Agent of Treachery, we also had things like Teferi, Time Raveler, Tyrant, Scorn, and Charming Prince to blink this effect or bounce and replay it over and over again to steal lots of things that the opponent had. We have a small Reanimator sub-theme in this control deck with Concoct to grab things back out of the bin, and Kenrith to reanimate things back out of the bin. So we can't give haste or 1/1 counters with Kenrith, but honestly, his last 3 abilities are probably his most powerful. We've got Realm-Cloaked Giant here, which is a sweeper that also doubles as a threat that we can reanimate in certain situations to give us board presence. So, like, this is a control deck that can actually kill people when it's ready to end the game. So, let's dive on in to some constructed matches with this one and see how it goes. I didn't restart the client while we were ranting. All right, sorry, 30 seconds of this while I restart the client. We were ranting and I was posting pictures and stuff. God bless SSDs. They pop back up real quick. Sorry about that. I don't know what people want to meet. Like, people keep asking me for an official statement on the bans. I guess I'll just make a quick video next time. Hopefully there's not a next time. But, like, I don't know why. They did the thing. Yay, they did the thing. I don't really have a statement. That's my statement. Yay, they did the thing. I think I prefer the blue-red build, Isabus. I think being more proactive is better. And the blue-red version is more proactive. I think banning Goose and Grazer was one of a variety of things they could have done. I think what they ended up banning is fine. I think there were probably a dozen different combination of cards they could have banned to put standard in a reasonable place. And one of the combinations that they did ban was reasonable. Man, you see this crap? This is why I'm gonna play an aggro deck today. Playing control decks into like fields of people doing crap like this is just like, what is going on? Now, I don't have any experience with any of the card rental services. Blue-red, presume. I think the mono black deck is a really healthy mix of like being proactive while also drawing a reasonable number of cards. The reason why I didn't play the Temple of Silence there is because I'm having an off day. And I should have played the Temple of Silence as my tapped land very clearly. Alright, Thought Erasure. Snag this fires before it happens is nice. Yeah, I think I'm in for that. Yes, Deckmaster is alive and well today. Although, again, another downside to streaming with the delay, Deckmaster's gonna be disabled during the event today. Because you can't use Deckmaster with the delay. I assume they're going to search up Teferi here and then play Teferi and bounce their Wish Claw. Teferi's just like, Oko, you think you're annoying? I was born into the annoying. I think I'm in for Agent.
I've got time.
Ruling you will be excellent research. The storied past holds our future.
Trust me, I have a plan. Do you think the consistency that the London Mulligan producers should have them reconsider 1-mana ramp? I think 1-mana ramp's obnoxiousness has nothing to do with the London Mulligan, and 1-mana ramp is obnoxious and offensive regardless of if the London Mulligan exists. I don't know, Agent of Treachery is like pretty good as far as like anti-greed cards go. So like Agent might be our saving grace here. Like if they uptick this Teferi again, I'm gonna get to Agent steal your Teferi bounce my Agent. Which is like pretty good. Oh, they're about to Stone Rain me. Yep. Oh, they're about to King Kenny me. Oh, King Kenny, they can't take King Kenny. Got it.
Aid your research.
Here goes nothing.
Here goes nothing. Deck submission deadline is in 4 hours, Underplexed, so I'll let you know before we take our break today. It was good, 6 second. We played it to start today as well, and I think it felt pretty reasonable. Was relatively happy with my choice. Alley-oop. Thanks for the 4 months, Gauge Unit. One of the links and the thing is bugged. Alright, should work now. Google Spreadsheets was just bugged. I mean, like, we built the deck we're playing to go toe-to-toe with decks that were going over the top of us. So, like, gonna win it all this afternoon? Probably not. You should never expect to do well in Magic tournaments. Magic tournaments have an incredible amount of variance.
The past is never forgotten.
All right. They left me the cheaper... They left me the cheaper agent? That also surveils 3. This is what happens when you don't read the cards, chat. This is what happens when you don't read the cards. Am I bidding all of these? I think I'm bidding all of these. Oh, you know what? This will be sick. All right, I'm gonna do this. And I'll get the agent, take the Tamiyo, plus the Tamiyo named Tyrant Scorn.
I know I noted this somewhere.
And I'm just gonna pass here so they can kill the agent with 2 removal spells. But then that uses their turn. So I think I'm okay with that.
More data will be needed.
So like, they'll kill it, I'll bounce it, they'll kill it again. And like, that's fine. Yeah, Tyrant Scorn is very good in this deck. Wild that they're just playing another 6/6 here. When they already have so... They got just time wipe, deal. And like now they go to kill this and I bounce it. They didn't cast their second spell for the turn, deal. Alright, Teferi, bounce my agent, Realm-Cloaked Giant, kill your Visit.
Stand by and watch. I'll protect you.
Yeah, they were hoping I would blink and I wasn't blinking. Nice Fires of Invention. Hope you enjoy playing Hearthstone. It's been a while since we've seen the hand, hasn't it? It's been a while since we've experienced the hand. I can't tell, are we winning or losing? I don't know. Yes. I believe the answer is yes. When your opponent has a full grip and you've just like got them in the sleeper hold. Yeah, right, like they have casualties where it just doesn't matter. We can steal a red source for Kenrith, that's true. Alright, you have a Kenrith. Oh, okay. Okay. Okay, I see what you're doing here. I see what we're doing. That's pretty sweet. It's hot. I can dig it. Can you dig it? Do, 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 do. 17 cards in their bin.
No, I am not making this up as I go.
No, I am not making this up as I go. I could steal fires and then steal another thing. That's funny. Is that better than just holding up Realm Cloak, though? I think I'm just passing. Do I want to search anything with Wishclaw? Feel like I do. Hey, thanks for 11 months, Cinnabar. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Yeah, maybe Charming Prince is right. I can see that. Yeah, I don't want to take their stuff, chat, because they have a lot of other things going on here. Huh? Alright, so this is one of their 2 spells.
I'm known for my excellent timing.
Oh, we're dead, right? They just get another Kenny? Yeah. Yep. Magic's a very interactive game. Yeah, they could have bounced their own fires. They could have destroyed their fires as one of the modes on Casualties of Wars. Yeah, maybe Kaya's good to keep them off of nibs in the graveyard. And also, Kaya keeps them their Tameo worse. I mean, they said Teferi's on their watch list, basically, so maybe we won't have to, maybe we won't have to worry about Teferi for so long. Yeah, the opponent's deck, a deck's like what the current opponent's playing is why I'm leaning towards playing something aggressive today. Like playing mid-range or control, there's always someone out there who's bigger and greedier than you. In the Play Designed Lessons Learned article, they talked a bit about 3-mana Teferi. Three-mana Teferi kinda dies in combat. If you're on the draw and he bounces your 2-mana play, he really doesn't. Waiting for Teferi to get banned in standard so I can finish my playset for Pioneer. I'd be surprised if that card gets too much cheaper. Price memory is a real thing. And Teferi, 3-mana Teferi is a staple in like all non-rotating formats. He does at least die to Fry. The problem is he frequently draws a card before he dies to Fry. So if you just kill Teferi the turn after they play him, he generated more value than Oko did. Alright, if you insist. Bought myself a Pioneer paper deck partly because I'm sick of Oko Standard. Ironically, Pioneer is now the format where Oko is most relevant. Yep. I think Oko is pretty fine in Pioneer, though. Like overall, the card is super reasonable there. How does their deck ever beat 20 basic mountains? It doesn't. You want to try and high roll the Concoct? The problem is, like, they don't even have anything that's very good to Agent of Treachery, right? It's like high rolling Concoct doesn't really accomplish anything. You want to just take their lands? I think that's probably not very good. So they'll activate Wishclaw, bounce Wishclaw with Teferi.
Let's try this.
Weird that they bounced that Wishclaw when they already have one. When they already have one in play here. This Frasca also doesn't really do anything at the moment, it just pluses.
Being ruthless has its rewards.
That's true. It could eat Wishclaw after they use it. None of these cards are particularly good, right?
Flatter yourself.
Probably gonna pay 3 to draw a card here. How do you get your Fox to be fancy? You gotta level up. I probably should have just conceded this match when we cast the Thought Erasure in game 1. Yeah. Once I know what the result of the tournament is today. If I day 2 the tournament, I think I'm taking tomorrow morning off because I don't think I can do 2 12-hour days in a row. This will get too far behind on stuff around the house. So if I fail to day 2 the tournament, I will do just my normal, like, 8 to 4 schedule tomorrow. If I day 2 the tournament, I'll probably take tomorrow morning off and then stream the tournament tomorrow evening. Yep, this is great. I'll bottom Connive. There's always a bigger fish, chat. Chance for Pioneer tomorrow. If I don't day 2 the tournament, we will definitely be doing Pioneer tomorrow. If I fail to day 2, we'll do 2 Pioneer decks in the morning, and then we'll do 2 Pioneer in the morning and some Magic Green in the afternoon. My plan moving forward for non-tournament days, the regular stream schedule is going to be Pioneer from 8 a.m. till about 11:30 a.m. And then from 11:30 a.m. till about 3:30, 4 o'clock, we'll do Magic Arena. I think I'm in for both of these. I would like a land. I don't mind the discard spell. The Cat Oven decks are at least more susceptible to the hate cards, Neil. There's a lot of good graveyard hate in the format between Cage and Leyline and Kaya. I feel like we've got a lot of great tools for. What you got? Massacre Girl, Vreska. Don't care about Massacre Girl. Remember how we said a second ago there's always a bigger fish? We're the opponent's bigger fish. We're the fish that's gonna gobble up our opponent's deck. So, I'm actually going to play Teferi and bounce this food, because with Trail of Breadcrumbs out, bouncing the food denies them a card draw, which I think is a good exchange for us here.
Oh, I've done the hero thing before.
Hopefully they draw an untapped Black Source here, and they, like, slam Massacre Girl. Let me get to Realm-Cloaked Giant them, and get the 2-for-1.
That's how it was meant to happen.
You think this matchup, Agent, will be for value or for a bomb? I don't know. I don't understand your question. It's both? It's always both? We just do that, digging for a land. Morning Torments. Yeah, I'm just gonna do this. Cast it as a gain 4, basically. Hey, thanks for the 5 months, Adrian. Good to be back. Glad they decided to make Standard playable. Alright, I think I want to play King Kenny out here to force them to extend. Because just Knight doesn't beat Kenrith. Wonder if we'll see them eat the Knight and like game 3 cash in to draw a card. Kind of surprised there. Massacre me. This is fine. So, hoping to draw an untapped land here so we can take their Trail of Breadcrumbs. Send that back from whence it came. They can deny me a card draw by making a food here if they'd like. Land's not a bad pickup. Honk honk. Alright, and they're out of gas at this point, right? Like once I take this trail of breadcrumbs next turn, they're just like, don't have anything left in the tank. So they get to kill Teferi, but then they have like Massacre Girl and a Goose. Oh right, this is so Summoning Sick. You get to kill Teferi next turn though. So we'll Agent, take their draw engine. And then next turn, we get to Charming Prince, blink the Agent, Realm-Cloaked Giant, clear the board. Agent comes back in, take a land.
This is hardly my worst defeat.
Welcome to Thunderdome. Enjoy your stay. I wonder if I should have some Mortifies in my 75. It's probably not an unreasonable conclusion. Play some number of Mortify. I assume they have Vraska. So Grasp is probably good. They have Wicked Wolf, right? So Despark's probably great. Yeah, I don't need the Kaya's Wrath on top of these up here. Let's try this. Yeah, these are blue sources, right? So I'll go Passage on 1 for Island. Godless Shrine, Thought Erasure on 2. When are we retiring Broco? Whenever I have time to figure out what else I want to do with that slot. We also play more than standard on this stream, and Oko's super relevant elsewhere. I heard murmurs of that, Senofaf. Yeah, I guess Kaya's a little annoying. They get to deploy the Reaper here. I think we Discovery before we scry land because the odds we want both cards with Discovery are low. Sure. I probably want that. Get rid of the Murderous Rider before it happens. Banning's Tricked Me standard still sucks. Maybe. It's definitely too early to say definitively whether or not standard is good or bad. I think I'm just playing this out to trade. I don't think I could sit here and take 6 every turn. I'll get my Scry 2 on. I don't need another Agent of Treachery at this point. Yeah, I agree, min-maxed. I think before rotation happened, standard was in a bad spot. War standard was really bad, and standard with M20 was just okay. Oh, that's a good call. All right, we got rewarded. I knew they were gonna draw a Duress. I'm just I like your line. If we keep both, we technically get to concoct it. But I, with my incredible powers of future sight, knew there was a Duress coming, so I decided not to do that. Definitely was not a mistake. Chat always suggests I should be able to see the future, so decided to finally go about doing that. They could sack this to draw a card and make a food, but I think that's fine. It takes it out of play. Just like trying to buy time until we start getting to slam agents. Were the M20 problems mostly? Yeah, they were ironclad. I actually really didn't mind Field of the Dead standard that much. Aggressive decks like I tend to enjoy playing were very reasonable in Field of the Dead standard.
I've got it.
I didn't just Murderous Rider this because then they would sack it to the Witch's Oven to make a food, so by blocking instead I gain 2 life when these trade, which is nice, instead of being life neutral. This does, however, allow me the ability to have a removal spell to kill my Teferi. The War Liliana trailer was the only redeeming quality of that set. That trailer was very good, to be fair, though. Yeah, I consider Esper decks not being competitive a feature, not a bug. Another trail of breadcrumbs. Brutal. Magic has books. We just like to pretend those don't exist around here.
Let's try this.
I consider Esper decks not being playable, more of a feature. Esper control specifically. Esper aggressive decks are super sweet. I have 4 Magic the Gathering novels. 4 copies of the novels came with a mana crypt. I'm sure the books have some nice words in them. That's true. Are y'all familiar with the original Magic Arena? Are y'all familiar with the original Magic the Gathering Arena? Where's my Google image search? This is what Magic Arena meant when I was a child. 2 free unique cards with purchase. This book was fine. I read this book as a small child. It was very Yu-Gi-Oh-esque. Like the characters like cast actual spells. And like they played for ante with each other's spells. As a 14-year-old kid, I thought it was fine. Does the book also lag the longer you read it? Asking the real questions.
Hardly my worst defeat.
Unfortunate. Wanted to bounce my agent and take their other trail of breadcrumbs here. How about another land, chat? What do we think of that? You enjoy lands? So they have 3 draws on the table here, basically, and they're like draws plus, right? Because they get to look at 2 and take 1. We played black-white, we played a black-white Arya deck to start the day. That is my leading contender to submit for the tournament this afternoon. We have enough mana to play... We have enough mana to both play King Kenny and draw a card within the turn he comes into play, so that's sweet. I won't play a 7/7. As a mid-19th century railroad baron, I enjoy having as much land as possible. Morning, Max. Happy Tuesday. This is the other thing about playing control decks, even if I wanted to play this deck in a tournament, the tournament today. Like, we've been playing for 45 minutes, and we're in game 2 of match 2. Yeah, the Knight's deck's probably great. We can just never win at this point, right? Just gonna draw a bunch of cards. I think 4-mana Karn is a good sideboard option against the Oven decks. Nah, I think giving them something they can attack and kill with Murderous Rider is not ideal. Something that doesn't have a lasting impact, they can just take off the board and go back to executing their plans, not good enough. I think Leyline, Grafdigger's Cage, and Kaya are the 3 best ways to combat the Oven decks. Yeah, I don't think the mana doesn't really support Cruel Celebrant. I also don't really have a cut for it. You need like 11 to 12 white sources to play a white 2-drop. So, Gargoyle, people by and large don't really pay to see good decks on this channel. So like, the Corvold Oven decks are like genuinely good. So I expect you'll see those if you want to go watch some people that are spikes. Generally speaking, we get paid to play the bad decks around here. It's a feature, it's not a bug. And ETA and Black Red Knight's about an hour. Apostle, a Purifying Light. Seems a little slow. It's also hard for Apostle to actually catch the cat on exile. The reason why Kaya's really good in this matchup is because she exiles Oven. She doesn't just attack their graveyard. This stream is performance art, 100%. Definitely performance art. What are spells? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more. They are sticking with the 2-minute delay. And because they're doing a 2-minute delay, I have to restart my stream between now and when we go live. So I'm actually going to take an hour lunch break today. I'm planning to stream till about 12:30, 1 o'clock. The deck list in the stream decker, Wargy. I also posted in the Discord last night. The event starts at 2 o'clock. So I'm going to sign off about 12:30, 1 o'clock, submit my deck, and then I'll be back at 2 o'clock on a 2-minute delay.
Ooh, I like a good fight. Notice I didn't say
What's for lunch? I have salad stuff upstairs. Yeah, normally I just eat on the job, but like having to restart my stream to add the delay is gonna lose me most of my viewers anyways, so I might as well just like take an actual lunch break if I'm gonna lose most of my viewers. The upside to pushing through a long day while streaming is you keep your viewer count constantly steady. But if that's not gonna be the case anyways, might as well take a real break. When will I be adding historic decks to the queue? There's already historic decks in the queue.
Was that dear to you? Now it's dearly departed.
Yes. Yeah, taking their Kaya should be good. Especially if they keep ticking it up for us. If we draw any spells to cast between now and turn 7, that would be great. This is not fandom. Fandom ran out of money. Because, believe it or not, there's not much money in running Magic Arena tournaments. This is a Twitch Rivals tournament. Don't need the land. We'll take Kenny. Yeah, I think Green Black Adventures is likely still great. Would be very surprised if Green Black Adventures is not great. Yeah, the Twitch Rivals is a traditional tournament today. There's gonna be 6 rounds of Swiss. The only thing that's a little bit different is it's a set number of rounds of Swiss with a day 2 cut instead of a number of rounds and then a top 8 today. So the tournament today will be 6 rounds. Everybody who's 5-1 gets to play tomorrow. There's a lot of money in Twitch since they take 40 to 50% of every sub. That's not true. That's only true for smaller streamers. For people who are big enough to be doing this as a job, we get $3.50 out of every $5. We also get $3.50 from Prime subs, which is like the freest of money. Will day 1 records carry over into day 2? I believe so. I don't know though for sure. So fandom is bankrupt. I have no idea. I know they stopped running tournaments. And when they announced they were going to stop running tournaments, they talked about how much money they had put into it. Did you know you can get a free sub with Twitch Prime League on-demand timeouts? Ain't that the truth? We live to please. All about the customer service here. I expect my opponent's gonna ult their Kaya next turn to deal 1 to us. And then we're gonna slowly die to this cat. Well, I guess Kenny just gains us a bunch of life, huh? If they ult Kaya, I'll just play my 7th land and gain 5 plus draw a card next turn. Wow, actually just conceded to Kenrith. Any advice on getting started as a streamer? Yes, be lucky. Don't be unlucky. Be famous for some reason other than streaming. The blunt truth of the matter is, if you don't have some at least small initial audience to get started, it's basically impossible to grow on Twitch. Infamous works too. Just have some notoriety. Think of how you as a viewer tend to use Twitch. Most people don't scroll past the first 2 or 3 rows of streamers at most in a game category. So if you don't have enough viewers to get up into that start, you have a hard time getting there. This stream is a mix of me having some amount of notoriety from the SCG series mixed in with the fact that I was in the right place at the right time to snag some extra viewers past that. Plus choice political rants. You know, a lot of people say they're afraid to talk about politics and stuff like that on stream because it loses them people. But honestly, I'm confident that part of the reason why I'm successful is because I'm willing to have an opinion. I think a lot of people appreciate transparency and honesty. Man, remember that time we kept Kenrith and then drew 2 more Kenriths? Pepperidge Farm remembers. Opinions are great by their stuff. Yep. I've worked very hard for a long time. You also have to work hard and be good at streaming, but just working hard and being good at streaming is not enough to be successful. Jeff, looking to try something new on Pioneer. Mono Black Knights with Sit and Swordsmith and Grey Merchant for a top end. Think it could be worth a try, or is Devotion? I'm not sure the Devotion sounds necessary in that shell. I don't know what exactly knights you're playing. What all knights you'd be considering, but I'd be surprised if Grey Merchant is necessary. Thanks, Snorka. Yeah, I definitely think, like, a lot of people are here because I'm good at articulating what I do and why I'm doing it. Are we about to get drowned in the lock? Wow. Took Teferi out back and drowned him. Fabled Passage was our undoing, chat. Drowned there, countering our spell because we had 3 cards in the bin. Jeff doesn't go on rants, but helps facilitate conversation. I definitely think I facilitate conversation sometimes, but I don't think it's unfair to say that I rant either. Yeah, having regular schedule and stuff like that helps too. Like I said, there's a lot of important things you have to do to be successful, but like doing all those things doesn't automatically make your stream successful. Just like something to be painfully aware of. And like, I've been doing this as a full-time job for coming up on 2 years now, but like, I've been streaming for 6 years. I feel like 6 years is probably an accurate number. The channel's been partnered for 4. I was streaming for a good bit before I got Twitch partner. Thanks, Ziggs. I appreciate that. Back in my day, when you got Twitch partner, there wasn't a clear bullet list of things you had to do. You just had to submit your name to Twitch and cross your fingers that someone liked you enough to make you a partner. Yeah, the requirements to cross the partner line were very high for a long time. I'm glad they loosened those reins up a little bit. Is it better to pick a game you love like Magic or go for a game that's more open to viewers, more open in terms of viewers? So like, it basically doesn't matter if you don't have a starting audience. Wim Jimmer, thanks for the quarter of a year, welcome back. And Fierce Ferrets, thanks for the 10 months. Like, I've had a bunch of people asking me if I intend to, like, try the Riot card game. And even if I, like, didn't really dislike Riot as a company, like, being a big fish in a small pond has a lot of upside on Twitch. So, like, you know, I streamed, there's 1,400 people here now, which puts me, are we number 1 or number 2 in the Magic section? We're currently the number 1 most watched Magic stream with 1,400 people. If I switch to a real game like League of Legends or Hearthstone or something like that, my 1,400 viewers doesn't even make a dent in, like, the viewer count those games see. Magic isn't a real... Sorry. A Hasbro executive told me Magic's a top 10 esport. Apologies. Notion Rain. Notion Rain. Do. Notion Rain. Our tournaments get 100,000 viewers invest. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, their Notion Rain was basically a draw for, right? Are they gonna kill King Kenny? I've been sabotaged, chat. What he said was top tiny sport. Alright, I believe we've stabilized. As a non-partner streamer who kills all of Twitch requirements, I confirmed they're still not true requirements. That's awkward. It's weird that they would even write them down if they don't partner people when they cross the line. Did I have an agent in my bin? If I had an agent in my bin, I probably should have just done that. I appreciate my opponent being someone who knows what's going on. This probably is not a Realm-Cloaked Giant matchup. Just bring in my Bell-Haunts to, like, buffer my life total and block some of their early things that are annoying. They had a bunch of counter spells. Duress is probably fine for punching through those. Charming Prince is probably whatever. They might have... opponent could very well be on Thief of Sanity with their pseudo-mill deck, so I think leaving Scorn and the Murderous Rider in is fine. Teferi's good against their counter spells and also Tempo's Thief, so I think I'm happy with this. This is a try. J-Man, thanks for the 4 months. I appreciate it. Welcome back. Yeah, maybe this should have been a mulligan. Maybe this should be out of my deck. I'm gonna bottom it here. It's gonna make my land drops. Oh, that's true. Keeping that last hand with the reanimate spells in it is probably fine because they're milling us. Kaya to offset their drown sounds kind of medium. That's a good draw. They're probably just going to mill that anyway, so I'm going to leave it on top. I assume they'll see we left it on top and activate Banishers Gargoyle here. Opponent was not paying attention, clearly. Or they drew a drought on the lock, one of the two. I think that was a pretty big mistake on their part. I'm going to leave that there because it's fine to draw. They're also likely to mill it. Maybe they thought they were playing chicken. Like, they thought we left a bad card on top, and then they called our bluff. There's no fear in this dojo, opponent. Ain't nobody got time to bluff. Wow, there's 7 cards in my bin already. Brutal. Magic's fun. Discard spells are good designs.
I know my responsibility. This might be a bad idea.
Hey, thanks, opponent. I appreciate you. No, if you're playing a 1 or 2 color non-green creature deck in Pioneer, you should splash for Once Upon a Time. You know what? You know what's also great? I get to instant speed this Concoct.
I've got time.
I agree. Agent of Treachery needed flash. This deck's really good when we're the bigger fish. So we got dumpstered by the 5 color Niv deck, but other than that, we've been teaching people who's the boss. Where does the line of creature deck get drawn? So Rally's actually an exception because Rally needs a critical mass of creatures. And Rally already has 8 non-creatures in it. So I think Rally's like the Rally deck in my deck queue doesn't have once in it. I think that's correct. Standard bans are in effect now. They went into effect yesterday, Thistleham. That's why we are here playing some Arena. Grab my second white for now. Let's get my scry on. This card's good at helping smooth our draws early. Yikes. Good as drawing 2 cards almost. Yikes. Yeah, technically, Lord Aaron. At this point in the format, though, it doesn't really matter. The technically correct sort of way. You are correct, but in reality, it doesn't actually matter. You playing Nightpack Ambusher? You have murdered my 2/2. Have you murdered my 2/2? What if instead I bounced it and then you didn't get your 2/3? How would that make you feel? Don't Nissa me. Deal. I appreciate you. Alright, let's draw an untapped land here. I'm going to discard Agent of Treachery. Bye, friends. They have more haste creatures, we're going to be in trouble. I think with the abundance of aristocrats, some Cry would be good over... I think you could play Cry in the sideboard. I also think Cry is probably worse than just playing Kaya, though. Like, the fact that Cry doesn't kill Mayhem Devil is a big deal. And, like, our deck's capable of gaining life.
I love everything from deer to dinosaurs. My, how you've grown.
I think I just killed the Innkeeper, huh? You put sunglasses on the hand. What's going on, Lance? If they don't have a haste creature here, we're going to be in a very good spot. Are we dead? We're dead to a swamp, right? Yep. Should have gained 3, I guess. So you get to crank Rankle up to a 5 and then make us both draw lose.
We're fit enough to survive.
Despark sounds good. Kaya's Wrath sounds good. Noxious Grasp is probably fine. Enter the God Eternals. This might be a card worth cutting. I don't know how good this card is in terms of lining up into what other people are doing in the format. There aren't really super aggressive decks running around right now. Teferi Time Raveler seems pretty medium here. They have a lot of cheap creatures to attack him. Bouncing any of their specific plays isn't super great. I'm going to trim a bunch of him, I think. I think I want to leave some agents in to go over the top, but I don't think I want the 4th one. Let's give this a go. Yeah, ranked by the rank. I believe Kona Hawk is Eric Hawkins, who's someone who does stream on occasion. I don't know if he is currently streaming. He's someone, it's actually someone who was playing a bunch of SCG Tour events when I was back in 2015, 2016. It's been going all right. I think you're susceptible to some people being a little bit greedier than you, but our mix of answers is pretty good. I think our Esper Overlords are going to be back in force here before long. I'm going to go ahead and take the land, bin the non-land, just like give myself the best chance to hit 5 for the Realm-Cloaked Giant on turn 5. I wonder if there's a Jeskai control deck in this format that plays Realm-Cloaked Giant and Bone Crusher. Mana's probably not good enough for that. Nah, not a Fires deck. Really... Yeah, the Fires decks do play both of those cards, but the Fires decks are their combo control decks. I mean, like a dedicated control deck. Which, dedicated control deck's probably just bad. Or probably just worse than Fires. How's Solar Blaze? Not great. I don't know, like, Realm-Cloak's very good. I'm not sure why you would want to play a Sweeper that's potentially bad when you could just play like an actual Sweeper. Hey, thanks for the 9 months, Skirt. I appreciate that. Welcome back. I think the Fires deck is very good. I also think the gameplay is kind of dry and the deck's aggressively middling when it doesn't have Fires in play. Yeah, I've played the Planeswalker variations of the Fires decks in the past. I think they're a lot worse than the than the non-planeswalker variations. I think the Cavalier build is just like a combo deck is the more ideal variation. Well, if they have 2 more haste creatures, we're going to be in a lot of trouble. Yep. Would really like to draw an untapped land here, so that way we can Kenny plus play a 2-mana removal spell. This dojo does not contain fear, chat. Before anybody questions my play, I just want to remind you to not let fear into your dojo. Green is still very good. There is a chance that green is still the best color, which makes the bannings very good. All right, let's try. Let's try one more here with this. Yeah, the green-black adventures deck is still great. Innkeeper is arguably still the best card advantage engine in the format. People are going to remember that Risen Reef's a Magic card before long, I think. Risen Reef's a real Magic card. If I had more time before the tournament today, I think I would explore Omnath Risen Reef shells. I don't know that I really want to build any of those on stream though. Sounds miserable. Soft Giving is they're a platform that allows you to easily run charity streams for a variety of different charities that their platform supports. They do like Twitch integrations and stuff. At some point in the not too distant future, we're gonna do some stuff for them on this channel. Am I playing in the tournament? I'll let you know when I submit. Deck lists are due in 1 hour and 45 minutes. Hey chat, when it's 12:45, remind me that I need to submit my deck list. Please and thank you. MTGA works via, there's a Lutris installer for MTGA that works. $12:45 corn time, yeah. The Thane is here, chat, and he is very angry. They have a haste creature here. We're in a lot of trouble. I think I'm gonna concoct here because there's a Kenny in my bin, and we could high roll into an Agent of Treachery. Oh, I don't have double blue. Oh, I could just steal him. Oh, that's a way better line. I should have done that. I should have done that the turn I played Kenrith. That was a big mistake. Good call. All right, if we get to untap with this, they're dead. Well, they're not dead, but the game's over. King Kenny. Gain 10 on the untap. How you doing? Don't slaying fire me, bro. Don't Don't slaying fire me, bro. This is the tank slaying fire U-turn, right? I think it's adorable that they are continuing to play Magic like they could possibly win. Still don't have a second blue, huh?
This isn't a fight.
It's garbage time. You don't have to go home, but you can't play here. Do 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 do. So back up to the casual 16 here. Teferi, bounce your bone, crusher giant. Thought Erasure, take your bone, crusher giant. You can't replay it in response because you're playing Hearthstone. I actually don't even really need that. How much for a Sing It Jeff Edition stream? So the problem is that, like, the songs that I sing, I can't legally stream them. I am going to be in the Twitch Rivals tournament. Starts about 3 hours from now. The reason you're shying away from the adventure decks, I would think they would be good at grinding. Yeah, I just don't have time to playtest those decks before today. Thanks for the half a year, Chris Gamble. So, like, the tournament being, you know, the day after is exciting for viewers, but, like, from a prep perspective, like, nobody's gonna be trying anything too crazy in this tournament. Isn't there a Twitch Sing Zap? Those are probably safe to sing on stream. They're not, actually. Twitch very brazenly does not enforce its own terms of service. In fact, during the Twitch Rivals tournament that you're going to watch today, there are going to be people streaming whose audio they will have on the main channel who are literally streaming with copyrighted music during the Rivals tournament. It's feedback that I've given them in the last two Twitch Rivals tournaments, and they continue to play the players' audio when they're playing music that they don't have permission to use. I expect Twitch to remain very hands-off with enforcing their TOS until a lawsuit happens. The event this afternoon will be using a 2-minute delay. They decided they did not want to change that. The opponent cannot do 26 to us. That's why they conceded. Probably played longer than they needed to, though. Y'all are right. Players brazenly borrow music that's not theirs. Accurate. All right, so this is not an Agent of Treachery matchup. Honestly, it's probably not a Teferi Time Raveler matchup either. Connive taking Torbrand is great, so we're definitely keeping that in. Yeah, I think I'm just going to cut Teferi and call it a day. I'm going to leave one Agent of Treachery in. Let's do this. I'd also like to take a moment to appreciate the fact that my opponent's username is Raging Goblin. Normally you queue into people and their username's like Jund Guy and they're playing blue-white control. So I appreciate that my opponent is thoroughly on theme. They're leaning into what they're trying to do here. Alright, the sand needs another black source real bad, but the spells are great, so let's go. What am I bottoming? How greedy is it to bottom island? In general, sweepers often aren't very good here. Yeah, the sweepers in my sideboard or in my deck cell are more or less bad than actively good. All right, Mr. Charming. You and me, we're scrying places. Light 'em up. We're on fire. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Do 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 do. Alright, I think I have to scry 2 here because I really need a black source. Okay, I'm gonna get to curve Bell-Haunt into Eternal, enter the God Eternals. Probably not gonna be good enough because I have to shock to play both of them. We're gonna get attacked for 6, 7, 8 here, plus whatever else they can play out from their hand. We're gonna shock down to 6. We're gonna Bell-Haunt back up to 9. Yeah, I just don't really enjoy the play patterns of the Just Guy Fires deck enough. The gameplay is just pretty dry overall. Please put this towards standard blue-eye control. Will do, Axe. Thanks for keeping me around. You had to go and say it, didn't you, Sunshine? You had to go and say it. This is very clearly Sunshine's fault. I would like the record to reflect that we would have won the game had it not been for Sunshine. Oh no! Oh no! The blur took friendly fire. The blur took friendly fire. All right, hold on, blur. I apologize. Welcome back, blur. Do I want some Teferis on the play? I feel like this card sucks slightly less on the play. Realm-Cloak's like pretty medium. Alright, let's try it. I guess. Well, maybe they'll never draw a third land. Well, that's a good one. Hi, Kenny. Oko is gone and I have returned. Welcome back, Stephen Douglas. Good to have you back. I assume Kaya's about to eat 4 here.
I'm gone for now,
Deal.
but not forever.
Oh. Well, that's actually a very good draw. Because, what's it called? Torbrand lets Slaying Fire kill Kenny. So now I get to do this. And they'll want to Slaying Fire my 2/3. Being on the play is busted, chat. That's my plan for the tournament today, is win a bunch of die rolls, hopefully. Well, I mean, they could have Slaying Fire plus a shock here, right? Sandard is back indeed, Sovereign Mars. Thanks for the 3 months. They could 2-for-1 Kenny here. It might honestly be right to wait to play Kenny till next turn, because next turn I'll have 8 mana and I could like Kenny plus activate. Yeah, if they kill Kenny, we need a live draw. They're also like mostly on empty too. So they rim-rocked Kenrith so they could get him into exile, because they can't play cards with their hand while Frenzy is out. Had Fry on top of the deck, because why not? Alright, depends on how good the frenzy is. Remember, it's an experimental frenzy, not a well-tested one, so things could go bad for us from here. Yep. Yes, they can cast the adventure half off the top of their deck. Do we keep all of these? Is Teferi good? I guess Teferi bounces Frenzy, which is fine. Actual Scry 3, keep all of them. Hope you're terrified, opponent, because you should be. I'm surprised they blocked the Bell-Haunt. All right. I think the Concoct Rip puts us firmly in the driver's seat here. Candy's going to bring back Bell-Haunt and put us to 20. The problem with Frenzy in a green-red adventure deck is that Frenzy drawing cards with Innkeeper is not good with Frenzy. So they're going to flashback Fry here. They shocked Kenrith to give themselves the chance to have land plus, like, a deal 3 on top of their deck. Hey, thanks for the 3 months, Comic HD. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Yeah, they have the Spectacle Bolt in their deck. Obviously, the cards in their hand don't really matter, but gaining 3 life and getting an untapped creature here is relevant. I don't know that we're in garbage time just yet. The experimental frenzy is still very good here. Thanks, Trax. You too.
That's more like it.
They did if they didn't play the Chandra curtain. So they played, the Bone Crusher Giant was the first thing they did, and they had like 5 mana up afterwards. Because they Bone Crushered, and then also, they Bone Crushered and then played Chandra and Fried. So they had mana. So I'm killing the Fervent Champion in response here, so that way the Rimrock Knight goes to the graveyard instead of on an adventure. I enabled the Spectacle for their light up the stage. That's great. We're at 23 though, and they're at 9, and we have 7 power in play, so hopefully we're gonna take this one home. Why not self-mill in my reanimator deck? Because I don't have that many things that actually reanimate, and I already have things in my bin that I can bring back. I don't know, Frenzy's a real messed up card. They do also only have 21 cards left in their deck though. So like, there's a real chance they deck out here.
Basically anything.
She get distributed with the called shot. Sounds good, Sunshine. So I have 10 mana total. So if we draw a blank next turn or a cheap card, we can activate Castle Locthwain to draw a card for a life, which seems like a reasonable exchange. Can also deploy Murderous Rider, potentially. Yeah, like, here's a light up the stage. Oh, wait, do they not have Spectacle there? I think they didn't have Spectacle there. Awkward for them. Oh, Teferi. Yeah. Lol. Lol, Teferi. Why does he turn off so many random things, chat? Why does he turn off so many random... The world may never know. The world may never know.
Ugh, training is so hard.
I got one of them real jobs I don't have time to watch anymore. There's YouTube stuff, PDP. Thanks for dropping the prime off again. I appreciate it. All right. I mean, we won more than we lost. We died to 5-color Niv, which I think is just impossible. We also died to green-black adventures, though, which could probably make our deck better against that. I'm not sure that I need this this Kaya's Wrath in the sideboard. I feel like another card for the cat decks, or like I feel like Mortify is in an okay spot. Again, like, people are playing Trail of Breadcrumbs, among other things. Just having another good quality removal spell seems fine. I'm not sure that Enter the God Eternals is a card that's super worth playing. And just like put a Mortify main and a Mortify in the sideboard just to get 2 into the 75, something like that. Overall, I think the core of the deck's pretty reasonable. Obviously, our sample sizes are small, but Agent of Treachery is still one of the bigger things you can be doing in the format. I think we have plenty of good tools to compete with Mono Red. I wouldn't be surprised if the adventure matchup is hard just because they're an aggressive deck that pressures our life total a lot, but that's hard to say for sure. All right, what are we doing? We're gonna play Black Red Knights. I don't know what I